already the pressure from Diaz begins. Good straight left hand by Diaz. And the chopping.
Able to land, to me, one clean blow yet. And whereas I think Diaz has landed about 3 or 4 punches at this stage.
So far seems just a bit off balance in the face. This is going to be a hellacious war.
Unlike a lot of fights between a younger and older fighter, in this case, the early rounds seem to favor Diaz, where he can take over with his energy and volume punching. Marquez relies on precision counter punches, which may tell later in the fight.
Pacquiao in the first round of the first fight, down in the second round of their second.
See, what I just saw over the last 15 or 20 seconds was Mark's, maybe he's already making adjustments.
Well, Diaz's great brain.
Not to mention the well-known cultural Mexican tradition of willing to mix it up.
And are they ever? Marquez trying to fire back, lands a right cross on the left.
Out of where he's forcing Marquez to back up by pushing his punches straight forward and pushing his weight at the same time.
And by the way, with the sole exception of his one loss in the Campbell fight, Diaz's stamina across the long course of the fight has always been amazing to behold. So don't expect much of a slowdown. If anything, if he gets his chance, he might crank it up a little more. I get the hunch that Marquez is going to need to stay off the ropes, Manuel.
Yes, and I don't think he's going to do that. And the way that Diaz is punching, he's got his head down more, where he's getting better leverage in the exchanges, and Marquez's head is up more.
And this crowd is on its feet already, and they may be.
That many hooks, he's shooting his punches straight, where he can maximize his strength.
Big left hook, staggers Marquez. Marquez in trouble, and trying to fight his way out of it.
And we've seen this from Marquez before when he's stunned, and he was stunned there. His instinct is to fire right back. Maybe
the difference in the strength right there.
If Diaz had world-class power for the weight, Marquez might have been gone right there. It was an unbelievable shot.
In this last featherweight golden era, and I think Marquez has the same thing inside him.
In fact, if you wanted to find a comparison for what round one looked like, it looked like a round out of a Morales-Barrera fight.
And so does this one.
They're both going to land more than 30 punches in the round. Big left hook by Diaz, straight right hand by Marquez. On the top of Diaz's head.
Here we say Diaz driving in, as we call it, left hook right there, and had probably more effect than it would have had, except because he had him back and back. And he's maximizing his weight on every punch by lunging forward as he punches.
CompuBox numbers in the second round. Marquez 34 out of 94. Diaz 30 out of 98. So if the first round was the largest...
You can be sure that Marquez is going to find him out as the fight goes on.
Well, I think very intelligent is an understatement.
Yes.
He's a supremely intelligent fighter.
Yes.
He's blessed with excellent reflexes and very good punching power, but you have to wonder about those reflexes at the age of
the wars he's been in. And a guy's had as many terrific fights against great opponents as Marquez has had. Every once in a while, they go off the diving board all at once. But he's looked really good in the first couple of rounds against a guy who's looked just a tiny bit better.
Yeah, but the guy putting a lot of pressure is making him fight at a faster pace than he likes to fight at.
Punch combination by Diaz. What a will. What determination. Good left hook by Diaz.
So Marquez is landing punches, but the way that Diaz is piling in with his weight is making his punches look more effective because he's forcing Marquez to lose his balance. But even though Marquez is landing punches just as good sometimes.
Good right hand by Marquez. A lot of Marquez advocates thought this might be man against boy. So far.
Here you see Diaz coming in, pushing his punches forward with full force, and also you see punches coming back from Marquez, which are counter punches, but
it's walking them down, landing clean, hard, effective shots. And when it gets Marquez on the ropes, Juan Diaz landing more clean shots, just like he's doing right there. 3-0 Diaz.
You know, I understand that score, and Diaz is imposing his kind of fight. But I'll tell you the truth, guys. I think Marquez is landing the harder punches.
Well, I think he might be a harder puncher, but of course, Diaz, as we pointed out, is by nature the bigger man, and more to do to take away Diaz's left hook, which is landing with ferocious regularity.
I've been impressed by the left hook, which I'm surprised, especially, you know, most of the guys from Mexico block left hooks very well, but I think he's going to have to try to just block the punch and counter punch at the exact same.
Brilliant so far at finding those moments when Marquez's right hand is slightly dropped. He's landed several flush left hooks.
Yeah, and he gets maximum level. He hunches his body forward in a Joe Frazier type style, where his left hook has tremendous force because he has his weight leaning right into the position where he can load up on. Here you say Diaz land his beautiful left hook. Evidently, Marquez cannot feel the left hook when it's coming. He's reaching out for it as if it was. Marquez is landing a lot of clean, effective combination, particularly at the end of the round.
Diaz themselves with their volume of punch.
Against Marquez on the ropes and catches him again with a left hook as Marquez steps away. Diaz lands twice in a row. Whoever throws more body punches may ultimately be the winner in the fight.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be a tough fight right here.
Another huge left hook by Diaz.
I mean, these guys are fighting at a pace and putting such muster.
You know, referee Rafael Ramos has not had to break these guys up for one clinch at all that I can remember.
I didn't even know he was in the ring.
No, they're just fighting their way straight through the fight.
You know, not reminiscent of Corrales and Castillo. No
the number
clinches.
of bombs that are being landed.
I guess not, but no.
On our competitor network, Showtime. One difference. In other fights. Another big left hook by Diaz. I mentioned the body shot disparity. I believe it's Marquez, really, who's thrown more body shots early. There, Diaz got in a solid body shot against the ropes. Marquez is beginning to become more conscious of trying to block Diaz's left hook. Diaz is adjusting by going to the body instead.
Diaz's left hooks lately. He has not been hit with any of those left hooks. And that's a sign of a very intelligent fighter.
Uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. How many times do you see that? A lot, War. What happened to the boxing?
But the cleaner blows are landed by Marquez. Even the crowd is excited. But Marquez is landing most of the cleaner blows in those exchanges there.
Right here. When a fight goes into the center of the ring, one more.
6 rounds of this fight. And despite the fact that Marquez twice went 12 rounds with Manny Pacquiao, Juan Diaz has already thrown more power punches against Juan Manuel already.
Standards of this fight, Diaz took a breather in the 6th.
In the stretch for sure. Lands again for Diaz. Left hook, body shot, left hook by Juan Diaz. Now Marquez tries to come back.
Marquez has fought a bit with his mouth open since the third round. The pace is something, as you noted, Jim, that he's not used to.
But he's landing a lot of clean blows. You don't get the reaction from the crowd that whenever Diaz is.
Two straight right hands by Marquez. Two more big left hooks by Diaz. Drives Marquez back against the ropes. Lands a straight right hand of his own. Marquez trying to counter again.
Here you can see the intensity of the furious exchanges that they have. When you see the punches are landing, short punches, sweat flying. Shows the type of a fight. Just a lot of excitement.
Now this. Economic conditions are helping to bring boxing back to its roots, and fans are responding. And now there's a cut outside Diaz's right eye.
From the left uppercut from Marquez, which has been maybe his most...
8th round. There comes the uppercut again. Twice in a row.
He's found a home with that left uppercut between the gloves.
Diaz isn't landing many of these.
No.
But he's asserting his energy again. Good job of blocking punches there by the baby bull. This is amazing.
Marquez is a good defensive fighter, but Diaz over volume of his punches. Even as Marquez sharpshoots and continues to land with flusher, harder shots.
And as the blood flows, the urgency level rises.
And you can see now, look like the expression on Diaz's...
Found a way. Diaz with a left hook to back him off. That left hook was about as clutch a punch as Diaz could possibly have thrown.
And you know, Marquez is an experienced fighter. Here you see Marquez mixing up his punches to the outside and between the gloves. I think that left uppercut between the gloves right there was a shot that caused the cut. You can see the blood just start to spurt as soon as he landed that left uppercut. And here is a left hook that he catches with the head, which he just simply didn't see the punch. And it's a punch that hurts you is always one you didn't see. Because he thought he had blocked it, but it came in the back.
On Diaz.
What an amazing adjustment Marquez made, Emmanuel, in about the third or fourth round to find that.
Smart fighter. Great adjustments. And I thought this time he would be wanting, but as he's turning around, he's back in the fight, and Diaz is starting to go for that night. And Marquez said he never would dream at that time, especially being that he was only 6.
Through the sheer force of will. To the referee.
Because they
When if he stops it, it'll be the first thing he's done in the fight.
Though Marquez is the much more experienced, in fact, it's Diaz who's had more experience fighting at this pace over the course of the fight.
And he's supposedly the stronger man.
And he's hurt.
A huge uppercut. Down goes Diaz.
Well, it's all because he doesn't know how to clinch.
Can he make it out of the ring? 35 seconds to go. A very brave Juan Diaz will probably go back to fighting.
A experienced fighter would probably clinch, but I don't think that's what he's going to do.
And look at Marquez go to the body. Look at him go to the body to try to set up the finish. And what a right hand. And that will be that.
What you just saw was a really good young fighter knocked out by a great old fighter.
Absolutely.
And you're pound for pound number one.
Maybe.
Marquez.
Just might
No,
be.
that's what you said, and you have good grounds to say that.
Well, let me say this. That's as sensational as any performance Manny Pacquiao's ever produced, for sure. No discredit to Pacquiao, who is great. Marquez is just as great. That was the first knockdown.
Okay.
Here's another look at the first knockdown, Emmanuel.
Right hand, but what amazed me was the precision and the accuracy of the punches from Marquez. He didn't miss too many punches, and he was punching from all angles, even as he was twisting and turning. The mark of an experienced fighter.
A straight right hand, and then the uppercut produced that first knockdown. The second knockdown is really almost a formality on a brilliant right uppercut.
The one thing that Marquez
set up
did,
by the body shots.
Marquez mixed up his punches. So he threw punches over the top and then he threw punches up underneath.
The sheer professionalism of the knockout, an amazing thing.
Still Ring Magazine world champion and now WBA, WBO, and IBO unified lightweight champion of the world, Juan Manuel Dinamita